Hey guys, what's good? It's Tino here. And before I start off, I just want to say thank you to everyone who watches the video, who likes the video, who subscribes to the channel. We're sitting at 24 subscribers strong. Thank you. Every subscriber, every view, every comment, and every like does not go unnoticed. Thank you guys as always. And today, I'm going to talk to you guys about partially the cancer process and how cancer kind of derailed all that I had set up in life at this point. Alright, so let me break some background information for y'all. There was about a golf ball sized tumor on my hip, and well, alright, so here's the private area, and here's right here on the side, and about right here where my hip connects to my torso, there was a tumor about half the size of a golf ball, and it had been there since I was a 6th grader. And what had happened was, when I was in 6th grade, I was worried about it, and we went to go check out at a facility in Green Valley, and we got an X-ray on it, and they said, "All right, nothing, you're good." And they progressed from there, and they didn't think to further look into it. So as the years go by, it's progressing, and then the summer of after the end of my sophomore year, the summer going into my junior year, I was like, "Yo, Dad, can we check this out? Because it's kind of worrying to me, because it's just weird. It looks weird. I don't like having this golf ball on my hip." So then what had happened was, we went to the health clinic, and they're like, "Alright, you probably have a lymphoma. It's probably not cancerous. You're good, but just in case, we're going to send you up to Tucson and have you get a biopsy." And what that was they put a long ass needle into that area, into the tumor, and they took out a sample. And man, they numbed it, but I could still feel it. And after that, they were like, "Alright, we'll have your results in a week or 2 weeks." And after that, I was like, "Alright, good, we're gonna get this squared away. They can tell me it's not cancerous. And I'm gonna continue my junior year." Because I worked my ass off as going into my junior year, because I was like, "Alright, it's junior year, it's time to go. I'm taking over this program. I'm gonna get 10 sacks, I'm gonna make all section, and I'm gonna win state as a junior in wrestling at 172. And what had ended up happening is, we're 2 weeks into the season for football. After the second game against Douglas, my dad and my brother's wife wanted to eat dinner with me after a game at the house. We had pizza. I believe it was from Peter Piper, and it was around 10 o'clock. They pulled my brother up on Skype, and they said, "Tino, my dad said, 'Tino, I just wanted to have you here with everyone around you when I tell you this.'" And what he told me was, the results from the biopsy came back, and you have cancer. And at this moment, I wanted to walk out the room. I wanted to walk out the room. I didn't want to be around anyone. I was just like, fuck, why me? Like, things are finally starting to go good. Finally starting to feel accepted and liked. And you're taking away the one thing that at the time I thought I loved doing. And You know, you're taking away the one thing that everybody knows me from sports. That's the one thing, you know, people walk around, they see me, it's like no big deal. But when they see you out there on the field and you get on that newspaper, people start to talk to you. And I was like, damn, like it's over now. And I was like, can I just wait until after wrestling season? Then, you know, we can start doing whatever. He's like, no, we have to do this now. No, we have to do this now. And that completely derailed everything. And what happened was, I believe that Saturday we went into surgery and they removed the tumor and they took samples from my bone and my hip, uh, and they input a port in that was connected to my heart for the chemo. And what happened after that was I was desperate to get back into sports. Like I was like, I'm nobody. Everyone's gonna forget me. I'm gonna go back to what I was my entire life, the forgettable person. And I was like, I cannot go back to this. So the stitches weren't even healed yet. They still had the gauze over it. And I was like, you know what? I need to play at least one more game. I need to have people remember me. And I went out and played against Santa Rita. I believe it was the 5th week of the season. And I wanted to play the entire game, never come out. What ended up happening was my coach only played me on offense. And I played the whole game scared. You know, I was scared to rip the stitches and like bleed out on the field because I knew I wasn't supposed to be playing. And after that, the week before, or the week before, I come out and told about 3 people individually. One person's name starts with an M, one's V, and the other's an S. And they probably know who they are just from dropping that. I only told those 3 because those were the 3 people I was closest with at the time on the team. And, you know, only they had known up to that point. And I wasn't going to go out and tell everyone. And after the Santa Rita game, when they were breaking it down, the one whose name starts with the S broke it down. And he basically gave a shout out to me. And, you know, that meant the world to me because I never got a shout out for anything before. And, like, it's like, man, they really had my back on this. So, you know, as things progress after the game, I see some of the players from last year. And one of the players I really idolized because he taught me everything I know. Taught me, like, how to run routes, you know, how to get corners, how to block, how to block as a receiver, like all this stuff. And he wore number 23 when I was a sophomore. So he also knows who he is if he's watching this. And, you know, that was big for me, seeing those guys. Because I knew the following week, shit was over for me. Started chemo, started all that. And what I want to get into about this part of the story is people in your life are going to say they're down for you. They're going to say they're going to ride for you until shit hits the fan. And shit hit the fan for me right here. And what happened was people in my life that said they were going to be in my life forever, as soon as I stopped being able to give them something like like performance sports. As soon as I was no longer that dude, shit. What I'm saying, my stock dropped. It was on some depression shit. Like everything was booming, and then as soon as that happened, forget about it. I'm done. Like it went back to zero for me. And you know, there was about, I want to say, total about 8 people that really rocked with me the whole time and really supported me the whole time. But for the most part, everybody kind of left my life. At that point, I was like, you know, makes sense. Like I could no longer offer anything to these people, so they left. And you know, that was a really dark time for me because a lot of times I was just like, man, I hope this chemo doesn't work so I could just die. But you know, that didn't end up happening, and I ended up, you know, beating cancer. I ended up grinding my ass off to make our section as a senior, and I that's that's um that's what got me into like really being big on fitness, because I was 185, and you know, I was like, I'm not saying I had a six pack nothing, but I was decently defined like everywhere else, and I looked good in what I was wearing. And after that point, I had fucking ballooned up to 235 at 6'2" frame, and I hated myself. I was like, man, you fat motherfucker. Ain't nobody gonna love your ass. Um, and you know, like everyone left my life at that point. And, you know, I had to like rebuild everything. Social life, physical body, mentality. Cause I've never been as motivated as I was in the summer going into my junior year. Like still even now. Like I work crazy hard at this YouTube, but like I would run 5 miles after practice because I wanted to be better during the summer. Um, and like everything in my life was shit at that point because I lost everything that I valued. And where I thought my life was gonna pick up again was the 21st of January is where I met the person that I dated. The only person I ever dated in my life. The only person I ever done anything with. That was my first everything. But you know, that's where I thought life was gonna pick up again because I was just starting to get fit. And I was just starting to kind of accept where I was. I was like, all right, I'm rebuilding. I'm grinding my ass off. I've already lost 15 pounds in 21 days. Um, so I was like, all right, I could do this. I could do it. And you know, things didn't pan out exactly how I wanted with returning from it. But one thing is, like, I kept all my stuff cancer internal, and I never told me. There were people that didn't know I had cancer until I said I was cancer free, and I posted that just because I was happy about it, and people didn't know. So like that lets you know, like people acted like they cared when I posted that, and they're like, oh, you have cancer? I had no idea. And it was like friends or like women or like random people, and like, oh, you have cancer. And you know, nobody knew until I told them, until I came out and said I was cancer free, and you know, that's where people started acting like they cared again. So what I'm saying is, guys, like, there's gonna be points in your life where nobody's gonna, where everyone's gonna leave. People that said they was down for you, they don't leave. But there's gonna be people, probably enough that you could count on both hands, maybe one hand, that are gonna rock with you and support you the whole time. And in times where you feel like you ain't have nobody, know that you can come to this channel, and regardless whether I know you or not, whether I talk to you or not, I support you. Don't let anyone take your dreams away from you guys. Don't ever be where I was. So I just want to share that with you. This video is getting hella long, so thank you guys for listening. I appreciate everyone who watches. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like this video. Comment your thoughts down below. It's Tino, checking in, checking out. Have a blessed day. Love you guys. Peace.